Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy Tatum, Brand Ambassador for Kenner Professional. Thank you for joining me today for today's training of influential design. Now that I've introduced myself, I'd like for each one of you to introduce yourself and share with us about what you're most excited about learning in today's class. Great. I really think you're going to enjoy today's training. So you've noticed at your desk that you've got some application cards as well as some color guides. Those are yours to keep, so feel free to take notes in them, as well as if you have any questions during today's class, feel free to ask. That way we make sure we have everybody's questions answered before we close out today's training. So before we get too far, I do want to go over today's agenda. So first we're going to talk about the Create Education team and what that really means to you as a professional stylist. Next, we're going to talk about our design inspirations that are behind today's looks. We're going to go over our our elements of design as well as our application elements and how you can use those in every day in the salon to achieve all of your looks. Then we'll talk about the 5 easy steps of formulation. That way you get the same results every single time. We'll do our color demo, and while our color demo is processing, we'll be able to do our style demo, which is going to be really cool. Then we'll close today's class. So at Kenner Professional, our Create Education team is dedicated to you as the professional stylist, providing you tools and techniques and education that are straightforward and easy to use. So I am very, very proud to be a part of the Create Education team. We do take pride in our ability to create strong relationships between us and our stylist by our easy approach to digital as well as live education. So our goal at Kenner Professional is to inspire your creativity so you can shine as much as you possibly can shine. So every time you do anything with Kenra and you take your pictures and you want to post it on social media, always use #create, because you never know. We may use you as one of our marketing, so we can always follow what you're doing with #create. So always use that, that hashtag. So today's inspiration. So today's influential design, it goes on the different trends and trend-inspired looks. So we have our team, our design team, will team up with our key social media influencers. So this time they have teamed up with social media influencer David Lopez for some of our cool looks today. So all of these are going to be customizable color techniques. You can make them as bold as you would like to, and you can also use them as toned down as you would like. So these are very awesome, very cool to use. They're very bold color placement, totally customizable looks. I'm so excited about our influential design. We come out with these every year. They're great for every season. And like I said, they're totally customizable, so you can use them exactly for what you would want them to, for exactly the look you're looking for. So I want to talk about our elements of designs. I know a lot of you probably heard this in previous trainings, but I want to go ahead and go over some of these just so we can go ahead and, for anybody that may not know necessarily what they are, or that in case you have forgotten. So our elements of design is going to be based on foundation, anchor, and accent. So our foundation, when we talk about our look, is going to be 75% of our overall look. So the most of what you're going to see of your look is going to be your foundation color. So next is going to be your supportive color, which is your anchor. So your anchor color is going to be about 1 to 2 levels from your foundation color. So your foundation, think maybe more of like your shadow root, versus your anchor is going to be the color that holds your style together. And then of course we're going to have our accent. So accent is going to create more contrast to pull your eye to those little places within the style that you're doing. So this is going to be our foundation, our elements of designs, our foundation, our anchor, and our accents. So our application elements is going to be our different foiling techniques. So I know a lot of you have used this. Has anybody utilized a lot of these? So I actually found different uses for every one of them, and I love every one of them. So first is going to be our weave. This is going to be our little weave that we do. It's going to give you the most diffusion, so it's not going to be the most boldest look. Next is going to be our slice. Now our slice is going to be our boldest look, period. It's going to give you the most pop that you can possibly get with that brightness of your accent. So our skip slice is going to be it's going to be not quite as bold as the slice, but it's going to give you a break so it's not one complete spot of color. And then my favorite is going to be the micro skip. So what this does is you're going to start weaving, and then you're going to skip, and you're going to take a slice out. So what is really cool about this is this is going to give you the most different look. It's going to give you brightness around the perimeter, and then it's going to give you the most diffusion inside. So you're going to have this around your face. It's going to have this little slice, and it's going to be woven into the back to give you diffused interior, but that bright pops of exterior color. All right, so now our 5 easy steps of formulation. So this is what you're going to use on every one of your clients when you're going through your look, when you're formulating for your client. So first you're going to find your natural level. So everybody's natural level is going to be at the crown of everybody's head. So you're going to take your card out of your swatch book and you're going to find the natural level for your client. And then you're going to have to see your desired level. So your desired level is going to be your clients, what they show you. It's going to be that, the card on Pinterest, or it's going to be the picture that they're showing you on Facebook from a few years ago. It's going to be the visual representation of where they want to go and what color they're looking for. Because believe me, you are going to get caught into those times to where your client may say gold, but they're actually meaning copper, or they may say red and they're actually meaning gold. So it's always easier to have that visual representation so you know exactly what that color is that your client's looking for, because we all know they do love to use those words like auburn and chestnut, and they may not necessarily know exactly what that means. So that way we can get all on the same level. First, and then you're also going to figure out your developer. We're just going to show you how many levels of lift that you're going to need. You're going to be able to pick the right developer. And also, you're going to have to figure out the percentage of gray. So this is going to take into effect of how much N or natural level you're going to be putting into your formula so you can make sure those grays are covered. And then your underlying pigment. So your underlying pigment is definitely going to have to be taken into effect any time that you're lifting 2 or more levels. So that you're going to have to know if you're going to have to either neutralize or if it's going to work into your advantage. Our pages stuck together. So today's color placement is going to be our contour color placement. So this is really cool. This is going to be, it takes into the new trend of makeup where you're doing the highlights and you're contrasting with your color on your makeup. So this is going to be the same thing for hair. So it gives you the ability to really highlight and contour your client's natural attributes with her face and what they're really trying to get. So this is completely customizable. I absolutely love this one. It's such a fun technique. So this was created by our very own Cassie Siskovic. So she has created this to give you the most customized look possible. And then you can also find her at Cassie Liz Hair. So I'm going to go ahead and get my mannequin and we're going to go directly into this so I can give you an idea of the application. All right, so we're going to go into the parting, and I'm going to go into some of the applications. So this is going to be a very good parting. So you're going to take your client, and I get to use my nice mannequin for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right about the area of recession, and we're going to come back into a nice horseshoe. Oh. So the easier you can make the cleaner you make your partings is going to be the easier it is to get the look that you really want to achieve. once we get that, we're just going to take and clip this up and out of the way. All right, so now we're going to take, on the side, we're going to go about 3 fingers in. We're going to come right down. We're going to make a nice triangle. I can get this clipped a little bit better so she'll stop moving. So you're going to take about 3 fingers from the side. You're going to come straight down to the back. And just like a regular client, she keeps turning her head. So she's just going to... You know we all got those clients that want to see what you're doing while you're working on their hair. So we're going to take this down, just like this, you can see. We're not going to go all the way down to the base of the neck, that way there's a little bit that's going to come back. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, so about 3 fingers down. You're going to do like a nice little swoop down, and I will come and show you this. Now, as you can see, this is on your application card as well. Let me just clean up these lines a little bit. And I'm going to clip this. Of course, she's got some long hair, so it's nice and clipped. So as you can see, we've got this top section clipped out, and this is going to give her, right here, this is where we're going to have all of our contouring. That's going to really draw your attention to your client, to your client's face, for that bolder look, to give that contrast. And you can see it doesn't quite go all the way down to the bottom. That way there's a little bit of placement here, so it's not going to go all the way down. So if your client does pull her hair back, it's not going to be like a obvious break with this line down here. So this is your parting. It's very easy, but when you see the application, man, this is going to make it so much easier. So on your application cards, you're going to see the first step is to completely pre-lighten your hair, your client's hair out. So if you're going to do this, this is going to be for when you're wanting a look like the one that's on the front of the card. So if you don't want to use like these, you know, the look like we did with our Frost Shine collection that's on the application card, then we're just going to skip that. So that is a really cool application that does utilize our newest color line, which is our Frost Shine collection. Sorry about that. But if you're not going for that, let's just go ahead and go to step 2. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to really create some contrast. So we're going to take this whole section in the back here. So this whole back section is going to be colored. So if you're wanting to do your shadow root, you're going to do your shadow root, and then you're going to pull your next formulation the whole way through. So this is going to be where you really get that contouring of color. That way we can have our highlights towards the front to really pull your attention towards the front of your client's hair. So all of this, you're just going to go through, and we're going to do our shadow root and then pull our demi throughout the ends. So we'll say our shadow root is going to be a level 6 because this is going to be our foundation. So our shadow root is going to be like a level 6. It's going to be the most overall look. And then we'll do our accent, our anchor color, we'll do a 7. We'll do a 7B. So our 7B is going to be our anchor color. So we're going to do our shadow root of 6N and then our anchor of 7B. We're going to do it all right here, and that's going to be this section here. So now we're going to move to our sides, which is, this is going to be where you're going to get a lot of that definition and contouring. So you're going to start at the bottom, and let's clip this out of the way. So you're going to start here, and this is where you can do your highlight here. Sorry, you can see without that. So you're going to weave here, and you'll do your highlight, you do your micro skip, and you're going to surface paint this, and you're going to put a foil here. So you'll put your foil here, clip it up, and then you're going to do your balayage painting here. That's going to give you some brightness towards the base, and then it's going to give you some nice throughout the bottom. Now, if your client's not wanting that much of a brightness, you don't have to do the balayage. You can just do your foils there. It's going to be a nice way of doing an easy partial foil. So you're going to take and you're going to work all the way up, doing your skip in the front, micro weave in the back. So you're going to get all the way up to this top section. You're going to do these horizontally. And then you're just going to repeat the process on the other side. So then you're going to have this all away. So it's always easier to work away from your client's hair. So, away from your client's face, because you always want to pull those foils back. And so then what I'm going to do on the top, and you can see if you want to follow down onto your application cards, we're going to work towards your client's part. So say, Sally Sue part's over here on the side, we're going to work towards her part. That way it has a nice fall back. So this is going to change depending on how your client's hair is going to part. So since she's working here, we're going to work towards it. If she does part in the middle, we're just going to work towards the front of the head. So we're going to take and we're going to do the same thing on the side. So this is where you can really customize it. So if she wants to have a lot heavier look, then you can you can put a lot more foils in here. If she doesn't want that much of a foiled look, then you can just do more of less and do more of the balayage, depending on what your client's really looking. So by doing this, you're going to bring a lot of attention to the highlights on the top. So we're going to work and we're going to pull the highlights all the way to the front of our client's hair and pull it back. Like I said, that way we're not really putting anything onto our client's face. So the cool thing about this is, so you're going to have your foils all here. So this is where you're going to get a lot of that really contrasting, highlighting look, because we always want around our face to be a lot lighter than everywhere else. That way it brings a lot of freshness and youthfulness to our face. So this one's going to give us a lot of that contrast, a lot of that highlighting around the front of our client's face. But in the back here, you're going to have that contrast. So you're going to have this beautiful, beautiful definition and heavy difference between the two. So now we're going to do this. We'll do it on our client. We're going to formulate. And I'm so excited for you to see this. It's going to be so much easier with it hands-on. So we're going to go right ahead and get hands-on with our live model. And we're going to do the application. And I'm so excited.